I'm negative and I'm dark and I want to do bad stuff. I want to hang out in this neighborhood alone. That's dangerous to hang out in this neighborhood alone right here, right? It wants to kill everything. It wants to kill me too. I made the right decision. I made Cuz proud of me. I made myself proud of me. I hate myself. I'm trying to kill myself. I hate myself a lot, but I want to change my life. I want to live a different life now. I want to live my sober life. I don't want to die. I haven't took drugs in 6 days, and for me, that's a miracle. I've been lying to everybody else and think I was sober, but I'm not. This is my 6th day. I'm never going to use again.
It's off as a fun little thing, and then it turns into an escape, and then all of a sudden you don't remember why you're out there doing stuff. Fear was a big motivator in that for me. Losing my family, that was the thing that scared me so much. That was the bottom I hit, that my family's gonna go away because of my behaviors that I brought home from the road. I got kicked out of the house by my wife. I was living on my own somewhere, and I did not want that. She did the right thing. She kicked my ass right the hell out of the house, That scared the shit out of me.
How long have you been sober now?
15 years. Friggin' saved my life, saved our family, and working through that stuff. So very grateful for my wife. She's the one that didn't ask for this shit. She walked through fire with me, and we walked out together stronger, way stronger than we ever would have been before.
You should watch the hell out, because alcohol is a vicious drug. It's the only drug we know that actually makes people aggressive. So you see a massive effect on crime rates, because half the people who murder someone are drunk.
Oh yeah.
And half the people who are murdered are drunk. If you really want to get killed, the best thing to do is go drink with a family member.
Go to a college football game, and Bud Light will be an active sponsor of the event. We'll have some huge relationship with the school. This is crazy. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's like, this is the drug that is causing so many problems for young people, particularly on campuses. Sure. And the schools are hand in glove with the manufacturers of it.
Because it's socially acceptable, because they don't have to worry about repercussions.
Because we give it a like, and in a way that they would never have
Marlboro.
Yeah. Right? That would be, oh my God, people would pick it.
In my case, the quickest way of forgetting about the fact that you were being watched was to get very drunk. And then as you get very drunk, you become aware that, people are watching more now because now I'm getting very drunk. So I should probably drink more to ignore that more.
Not gonna be funny anymore. I thought that. I thought there was gonna be ramifications, yeah. I thought that I wouldn't be able to meet girls if I wasn't drinking.
Right, so that was what you were afraid of giving up if you stopped drinking.
Right.
What were you afraid of happening if you kept drinking?
I was afraid of not achieving my dreams. I was afraid of, ending up a drug addict.
So why quit drinking? So I don't end up in hell. Hey, there's a reason to stop. And then if you make that hell real, it's like, here's all the details of my personal hell. Yes, let's avoid that.
Right.
So then you have something to run the hell away from.
Right, so now you have something towards and something to run away from, because I'm afraid of, I can't communicate with women, or I'm afraid to, stand around in a circle with tough guys without having like a beer in my hand, or like all these little crutches, I can't. I remember when I got like 90 days sober, I was just like, holy shit, man, like, it was like the first time I'd ever done something like for myself,
Yeah.
It felt unprecedented.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not giving up my fun. Yeah. And I could never imagine, so when I get married, I'm not gonna have a drink. So when I have a kid, I'm not gonna have a whiskey. Guess what? Yes, I didn't have any of that, and it's awesome. It was the best thing I ever did. Enabled me to have a solid marriage and kids and a career, and I didn't end up a crazy actor. No one can get sober for their jobs, for their wife, for their kids. They can't do it for any of that. They can only do it when they decide they're done.
I have a question I'd like you to ask yourself. Would my life be better physically and emotionally without alcohol? It's a question I asked myself regularly. The answer was always, hell yes. But I didn't really like that answer. I preferred to carry on drinking.
Now, the important thing to understand is that it is the poison, the acetaldehyde itself, that leads to the effect of being inebriated or drunk. I think most people don't realize that being drunk is actually a poison-induced disruption in the way that your neural circuits work.
I wasn't drinking because I had a crummy childhood or because I was suffering from any personal trauma. I was drinking because I was physically addicted to alcohol.
Estimated 23 million Americans struggle with a substance use disorder, and the average American is more likely to die from an overdose than a motor vehicle accident, a mass shooting, and a terrorist attack combined.
can't talk to you can't plan for how
Right.
you're gonna feel 2 drinks in because you get drunk and then it just keeps going.
And you see, we've been brainwashed into thinking that there are just 2 types of drinkers. There are those at rock bottom, alcohol dependent, and there's everybody else, happy, social drinkers who are just occasionally a bit lightweight and can't hold their beer. In fact, the reality is very different. It's a spectrum. I would highly recommend you get off the booze elevator before it hits rock bottom.
You might say, well, why do people drink too much? It's like, if you like alcohol, that's a stupid question. You know, it's like, okay, so why stop? You do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself. You compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to turn into a liar, and it screws up your life.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is. But you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like, that's all prohibition in some sense. What's better is, no, you need an adventure, man. You need to get out there and have something to do.
Yeah.
And something worth waking up for.
I recall in high school, the motivational speakers would come to my school and say, don't do drugs. Don't do crack, don't do heroin, don't do cocaine, and don't do meth. I'd say to myself, okay, I heard you loud and clear. I won't do drugs. But absent from those talks was any reference to alcohol. From what I saw on TV, in the movies, as far as I was 21, everything was gonna be just fine. But what I didn't hear from those speakers and motivational speakers in elementary school and middle school, high school, was that alcohol kills more people each year than every other drug combined. Now, my drinking became so bad in Spain, I was blacking out 5 to 7 nights per week. 20 to 25 drinks a night, that was the norm. One night, I ended up in the emergency room. I was thinking I was having a heart attack, but it ended up being alcohol-induced withdrawal symptoms and a severe anxiety attack. But finally, after a decade of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, and a failed suicide attempt due to that damn stigma, on September 7th, I got sober.
45 years ago today, I had a wake-up call. I was heading for disaster. I was drinking myself to death. I'm not preachy, but I got a message, a little thought that said, do you want to live or die? And I said, I want to live. And suddenly the relief came, and my life has been amazing. And today is the tomorrow you were so worried about yesterday. You young people, don't give up. Just keep in there. Just keep fighting. Be bold, and mighty forces will come to your aid.
If I look back, a whole new world opened up to me. People report better sleep, better sex, regulated weight. They report clearer skin. People report that their anxiety dissipates. Many people say they find a sense of purpose. They find that suddenly they can take on new challenges. They can start a new career. They can form a charity. They can write the book they always wanted to write.
You stopped drinking.
Stop drinking, yeah.
Very difficult?
No, beautiful, unbelievable.
Better.
Oh, are you kidding? I would never be sitting here with you. No way, no chance.
Because?
Because I wouldn't have been able to have access to myself or other people, or even been able to take in other people if I hadn't changed my life. No way. And I never would have been able to have relationships that I do. I never would have been able to take care of my father the way I did when he was sick. So many things.
Sometimes they talk about you have an epiphany, and I did. It was one day my wife was out, and I was opening up and I thought, am I out of my mind? Yes. And I made a phone call, and I've been sober ever since. That was 32 years ago. It's a very odd feeling, but I had some great people. I spoke to some people at the time. It's one of those things that you don't even question.